Hi, this is Tyson with JavaScript Vignettes, and today we're going to be looking at the map function that you can use with JavaScript to make your array manipulation a lot easier. So we're going to start out by just opening Node in our terminal, and we are going to make a very simple data structure. So we're going to have an array of languages, and each item in the array is an object with an ID and a name. So the first name is going to be JavaScript. The second name will be Elm. And the third name will be ClojureScript. Alright, perfect. So now if we log that out, we have this array that we created, and you see it has the very simple data structure. Now, let's say that we want to get just the name, an array of every single name, so just an array of strings instead of an array of objects. So the old school way to do that, if you're using ES5, would be to write a for loop. So you basically first want to create a new array that you'll store this stuff into. So we'll make a new array called language names, and it's just going to be a blank array to start with. So every time we loop over this, we're going to push that item into the array. So we're going to say for I equals 0, so it's going to start out with 0, and I is less than languages.length, and then we're going to iterate, so we're going to add to the I every time, so it's going to become 1, and then 2, and then 3, until it runs out of, until it's higher than the language length. So every time it goes through that, we're going to do language names dot push, and we're going to push onto that array with the languages, with the I, and then the name property. So now if we log out language names, we've got that array. It's basically exactly what we wanted, but this syntax is not the best. And one of the things about it that makes it kind of harder to work with is that it's not chainable. This is kind of a more imperative approach to writing your code. And with ES6, we get some really cool features that allow us to use more functional concepts with our array structures. And one of those is the map. So using map, this is going to get a lot simpler. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the languages, we're going to do languages.map, and inside of this we get a function. So this function is going to be called every single time it loops over the language. So the first time the result is going to be the ID of 1 with the name of JavaScript, and it'll just keep looping over until all of the languages are looped. And it's going to expect us to return something that's going to be the new value of the array that it's creating. So it's basically an array in and an array out. That's what the function is expecting. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the language that we are getting back, and we're going to use the fat arrow function, which is going to let us return a new value, and so we're going to do language.name, and this is actually all we need. This is going to loop over every single language and then return the name. So when we log that out, we get JavaScript, Elm, and ClojureScript. I mean, look at the difference between these two lines and this line right here. It's a huge saver. And not just that, but we can use other array methods like filter, reduce, for each, all that stuff, and chain it together instead of the more imperative approach of the older style of programming. So this is basically all there is to map. I hope you've enjoyed this, and I hope you tune in next time for more delving into JavaScript.